Hey, what's up? My name is Drew Bridewell, Head of Product and Design over at GrowthDay, and I'm super excited to give you this replay action of this week's growth group and on building and sustaining your growth systems. Now, I am actually not going to be able to attend the live session, so what you're seeing right now is a recorded session because I'm actually getting some oral surgery on my face and my teeth, and I need to be able to pre-record the session so that I can still support y'all this week. So today, what we're going to be doing is I'll be giving you a full deep dive of the product ecosystem, but I'm going to be focused on three core focus areas, which I like to call design clarity. And design clarity is an encompassing of trying to help you build more awareness around how you communicate, how you collaborate, and how you elevate the work that you're doing across the given product development lifecycle. Now, if you're not a product manager, you're not a product designer, you're not an engineer, you can think about this in the vein of how you architect your development paths or how you architect any project that you're going to be taking on in this year or next month or even today, and think about how you articulate your design clarity across that given project. But to do that, first, I want to orient you with the GrowthDay product and how you can actually do this and use the GrowthDay product to build better systems, to build better clarity, and to also just give you a little bit of confidence as you're stepping through your days and your new projects. And we're going to start first with the dashboard. Now, the dashboard is my favorite thing because every day I'll tap into the dashboard, I'll come in here and I'll look at the first thing, which is the daily fire. Now, the daily fire is over here on the right, and you can see here there is a repeat Jay Shetty interview today. And the cool thing about this is every day we're releasing a new daily fire. This is a daily motivational talk from Brendan, our CEO and founder. And every day you're going to get this, but you have to have at least a starter, pro, or all access plan in order to listen to this. Then what you'll see underneath that is our upcoming workshop. So even today we have a live session with Lori, Lisa, and they'll be talking about how to bring out the best in others. And this is our topic and theme for the month. Then you'll actually be able to see the past replays, and you can tap through the past replays just by clicking the carousel over on the right, and this will help you navigate through all the previous live past replays. Now, you have to have at least a pro membership to access these weekly live training replays, but it's incredibly valuable and I'd highly recommend it. Right now, the pro plan is $299 a year, so you'll have access to all the replays as they are available. Then we have our continue learning component, which is if you had started any courses in the library, you'll be able to pick up and continue where you left off. And this is really nice because when you're learning and you just come back to the dashboard, then you can just have a really quick link to get you back into the training that you already started. And then if you are taking our life score assessments, which are daily, weekly, and monthly, you'll be able to access the recommendation video that's always in the bottom right of the dashboard. We always are recommending content to you, and this is a way that you can do based on your lowest score of that week or of that day or of that month. So let me scroll up back to the top, and again, let me orient you with the first column here. This is your dashboard of tools. So on the left sidebar, we have the journal, we have the life scores, we have your upcoming growth groups, we have your video courses, your audio courses, and if you had purchased the high performance system, then you'll have access to that. And then you have your plan and other challenges that you have opted into. So right now I'm in the identity shift challenge. I wanted to show that to you today too. And this is with one of our lead coaches, Anthony Trucks. So as I scroll back up to the top, you'll notice that I have this little handlebar that I can see if I wanted to be able to reorganize my tools from the top. So if I wanted to move my journal down or move my life scores up, I could just click it and drag it up. Or if I wanted to be back down, I could just drag my journal and move it right back where I had it, which is kind of like how I like to have it. So that's your dashboard for you. What I want to do now is just show you some quick things, like you can sort through your journals, you can sort through your life scores. And just like I was saying with Design Clarity Week and the training that I have this week, I think it's so important to understand like your rituals, routines, and how you're going to be moving things. So for me, that starts with the daily fire, and then what I like to do from there is I like to come into the journal and I like to do a morning mindset. And the morning mindset is a series of about 8 questions that you can ask yourself, like one thing I can get excited about today. And you can just go in and type these out. You can hit tab to go to the next one, and then you can just keep going through. And if you're not interested in that journal or in that prompt, then you can just hit clear prompt, and then it will just come right back up, and then you can just write anything that you want. Now, what we've also seen a lot of other strivers do is they'll create their own prompts, and they'll actually put them in the plan section, and they'll just copy and paste them over here into the journal when they want to write about certain things. You're more than welcome to do that. There's no problem with doing that. And just so you know, the journal is 100% private. So anything that you write in here, it's completely encrypted and it's super safe, so no one is ever reading your journals but you. Or if you're sharing your screen during a growth group, that could potentially happen too. So this is the journal, which I absolutely love, and I think it's incredible to connect to these high performance prompts every single week. So you can see, like, even though I've already journaled today and did my morning mindset, and you can also click on the right sidebar to even see all the previous sessions and the previous times that you had journaled or that you had joined a certain session, and you can see that over here on the right sidebar. So I hope that was helpful in understanding how the journal works. Now what I want to show you is the life scores. Now, life scores are, again, when we talk about benchmarking and having a really solid foundation of how you're performing over the days, over the weeks, over the months, life scores are a really great way to recalibrate yourself. And to recalibrate yourself, you can go into the daily habits and just click begin, and we keep track of these times for you, so you don't have to, so you know when to actually take the score. And then you can just come in here and start answering the questions. Now, for me, I've done this so many times, I know what the questions and the responses are, but I still like to read it in my mind. I still like to think about how I'm showing up for these things. And this is a really fun way to also just recalibrate every day. Recalibrate. Okay, how am I doing? Got my scores. I'm 94%. I can see my recommendations. And if I wanted to tap on a recommendation, I can just click it and it will take me to that video, and I can just start watching it. Now, if I go back to the life scores and I wanted to get back to my history, I can see that I had my scorecard here, and I can even see my recommendations again. I could also write a journal entry right here in line just by clicking the button and then just start typing here in line. Or I can even share it to social media and talk about that, or I could delete it if I need to be able to get out of there. I can sort by my daily, weekly, and monthly, so I can see all of my daily, weekly, and monthly since the beginning of time. And I can even go back into my history for my daily scores, so I can see how I'm progressing week over week, and even tap on these to get more recommendations, because we always want to be recommending content for you so that you can just get a little bit better, 1%. And even, like I said here, 1% better every single month is incredible, and it's just an incredible feat, because just getting a little bit better every day is going to set you up for success. And over here on the right side, you can, just like the journal, you can see how I have all of my life scores tracked as well on the right side, so I know that I'm doing it, I know I'm progressing. Now, another thing that we added was to be able to have your progress show up, and you can sort by the different topics, so you can see how I've been doing sleep, how I've been doing on my mood, and I can see that some days it's up and some days it's down, but it's usually around the 97, 94 percentile. So I'm doing pretty good on those things, and I want to maintain, and I want to be aware of how I'm feeling and moving through these moments. And that is your life scores. You can do this for your daily, you can do this for your weekly, and even for weekly there's quite a bit more questions, so I'm not going to go through those right now, but you can go through your questions and answer across seeking clarity, generating energy, raising necessity, increasing your productivity, developing influence, and demonstrating courage. So all these things are super helpful as you go through, and they're also really great foundations for you to benchmark yourself and see how you're progressing. Now, when we talked earlier about Design Clarity Week, and when I think about like architecting and designing your systems, because that's what you're doing here, you're building a growth system by using GrowthDay. That's where the plan comes in, because the plan allows you to create those systems and then use those systems to your advantage, so you can set reminders, so you can set daily affirmations, so you can set basically the things that you need to do on a regular basis so that you are more bring more intention into your life, to bring more awareness into your life. For an example of this is like, I have a lot of examples which I'll show you right now, but for example, I made a development plan to watch this course, but I also have a clarity reminder, I have a goal reminder, I have action plans, regimens, and opportunities that I want to still maintain and go through. So I know that I can come in here and I can add in sub items, which is super easy to do. So even if I wanted to create a plan for my Wednesday workshop, that's today. So I could set even a due date for today, save it. I'm going to set a reminder that I want to get reminded hourly about this, starting at like just now, and I want it to go maybe for an hour up until that session. I'm going to create a plan, and then what I'll do is I'll prepare my notes for this workshop that's coming up at the top of the hour, and then I'll just take my notes here. I can also take my notes in that live session when it happens, so it's going to be over in the Learn section, and it's going to be right here with Lori and Lisa, and I would click on this, and then what I would be able to do is take notes throughout the session, so taking notes. And what you'll notice is that when people start showing up, you'll start seeing all the comments here, and then you can just simply copy and paste your comments over into your notes, and you'll have these for the entire session. The cool thing here is you could copy and paste these back over into your plan right here and add them of things that you're going to do to start practicing and bringing out the best in others. And you'll also have your notes up in the very top right of all the replays and all the notes that you took from the session. So if you took some notes here, you'll actually see them load up here in a second, where I can already see the notes showing up here, taking notes here. And once that title is ready and it's live, then you'll be able to click it and go back to that course or to that live event. And I can come back to the plan here and we'll get back into it. So as I come back to my plan, you can see how all of these tools are integrated and connected to the growth system in your GrowthDay. So as you start building your plan and your development path, you can start thinking, well, okay, for this week, for all the projects that I'm taking on, how am I going to communicate with excellence? How am I going to collaborate with my team or with the people in this growth group? And then how am I going to elevate the things that I'm doing in this project so that I can not just feel siloed and do it by myself? I want to bring people along that journey. So to do that too, there's other things that we can start thinking about. Like, for example, with Brendan's Year of Mastery programs, he's been talking about the 3 E's. And I think the 3 E's are really fun because this helps you also think about how you're going to show up just a little bit better for your staff and for your team. Here, let me just come out of that. I was in edit mode. So the 3 E's, like, what can I get excited about this week? You know, for those projects, maybe it's the project that you're getting excited about. And then when you think about, well, how can I make this experience even better? Well, to me, I'm thinking about, well, to make it even better, I know exactly how to prepare for that moment. I know what I'm going to communicate about. I know I'm going to collaborate and what roles and responsibilities I'll have in those sessions. And I know how I'm going to elevate it through making it super fun, making it super energetic, maybe making it super insightful and informative, bring something that the team wasn't expecting and help deliver that clarity. You can do it in a lot of different ways here, but I just want to encourage you to use the plan tool in a way that serves you. Try it out. Start getting in here and start setting reminders and getting into the content. You can also go to the reminders tab and see, you can see all these other reminders that I have already set up, like this reminder just to get an affirmation of that I want to be innovative, I want to be inspired, and I want to be motivated. And this can be as simple as, you know, a notification that you set, and then you'll get reminded about it inside of the notification panel. And it's as easy as that when you're getting started. And then once you click that, you can end up going back, and it will give you a direct link back into the content or into the notification that you had created. Now that we've gone through plan, we've gone through life scores, I want to show you the challenges. This is one of the really cool social learning interactive tools that we built inside of the GrowthDay app. And if I tap into the player, you're going to see
Hi there, and welcome to the Identity Shift Challenge. Now, I am excited to walk you through this because it's been a labor of love to create this for you. Now,
Now I'm going to pause it right there because Anthony Trucks is a ex-American Ninja Warrior. He's also an ex-professional NFL athlete. And he is bringing frameworks and training every single month to the GrowthDay platform. And he was with us when we first launched the product. And the great thing about Anthony is he's going to deliver frameworks. He's going to deliver practical things that you can actually go do and start systems that you can follow. And he's also got another dozen past replays inside of the learn section. So if you go to learn and go to past replays, you can see Anthony's older content. It's amazing. And Anthony also created this challenge for us. So you can go in there and start taking this for a spin. So if you go into the challenge, you can watch the training videos that Anthony has here. We're just to show you an example. He's there in his studio. He's walking through it. It's a 5-day challenge. I have 23 hours remaining to complete these tasks. So I get to watch this, and then after I watch it, I can just hit the check. Great. Now, after I do I could do a journal entry, which he's asking me about, to think about a specific failure in my life or something that did not go according to plan. Right? You can go through and do these actions and then share it, and then you could start building on these bronze, silver, and gold milestones to really help you advance in this specific objective. There's been almost 8,000 people that have gone through this, and there's hundreds of comments where you can go and scroll through and see what other people are also experiencing in this challenge. And I want to encourage you to do that because it is so impactful when you can socially learn together and when you can build things together. And I think you'll love that. And if you love that challenge, then you can go and also explore the other challenges that we have with Mel Robbins, Brendan Burchard, and then Brendan also did the Clarity and the Confidence Challenge. There's been over 24,000, 16,000, 170,000 people that have gone through these challenges. So go give them a shot today and try to do these every quarter. Do at least one challenge or 5 days. So you got to have some momentum and build some energy around those things because they're really incredible experiences for you. The other thing that we have now is the Learn section. So the Learn section is broken up into 2 tabs. We have growth groups and we have courses. To access all the courses, you have to have an all-access plan. But if you want to go and get a taste of each of these videos, then you can go and experience the first video of each course just by being a member at GrowthDay. And then if you really want to go deep, then upgrade to all access so you can have those for the entire year. And that's going to be really impactful when you're trying to really level up your game, take it to the next level with your growth. So we have all those courses for you. We also have growth groups, which is more about what you're experiencing right now. This is a growth group where you can come in with other like-minded individuals who want to talk about a specific topic, an intentional topic, and have a discussion around growing in that area. It's a place, a safe space to share stories, to discuss topics, and to grow together. That's what it's all about, growth groups. And when you're taking notes in your growth group, you can also access them for your notes panel, and you can see some of the other sessions. And I want to encourage you to join growth groups and schedule your own growth group about a topic that you're interested in growing in, and watch your community show up and just experience these incredible experiences together. I think you're going to really love it, and that is growth groups. Once you dive into one of these topics, for example, like if you were to dive into Mel's, you can RSVP and you can see some of the other community members, and you can already start taking notes about what it is you're excited to learn in this moment, and that again is your growth groups. Now, growth groups and planning and challenges is so important, but there's also one thing that I haven't discussed yet, which is one of the things that really ties in and brings the whole product together, and that is the community. The community is really an incredible place to post updates about things that you're moving forward, things that you're kickstarting, things that you're doing, and this can be a really fun way to just connect with the community. Now, the community, we have almost 20,000 people inside of this community actively working and sharing stories and sharing updates. And this is a really great place to just be a part of the community and grow together. You can direct message people, you can search for people, and it's kind of like your internal private growth community that I just think you'll absolutely adore once you kind of get in meeting some of these individuals. They're absolutely amazing. Now, alongside of that, there's going to be sometimes there's issues in the product that you find, that you catch, and there's always going to be some sort of like bug, and we really try to squash all of them in the product experience. But if you find a bug, I want you to hit 8 on your keyboard or I want you to just click the info button. I want you to give us the feedback that you see. You can sort and answer these questions so that you can give us more specific feedback around specific areas. But I want to encourage you to do that when you find an issue or when you find something that's not working. There's also, if you didn't know, there's also a settings area that allows you to update your membership and billing, give a gift. So if you wanted to give a gift to a family member or a friend or somebody that you think could really use and leverage GrowthDay, you can buy them a membership here, and then you can manage that membership for them on your behalf. You can also tap into our referral program, which allows you to connect your PayPal account so that when you share a link, you can get actual paid for getting people into the program, getting people into the product. It's a really fun way too if you have a series of other people that are interested in growth and you also want to just encourage them to get into the platform. You can make a few bucks from it. The notification preferences are just a way for you to tap in, but we really recommend keeping these on so you don't miss any of the events. There's the privacy tab, so if you did want to download your data or cancel your membership, it's just an easy way to do that here, but we definitely want to keep you around. And then to change your sign-in and your security, any of that information, you can do that as well right there. And the last thing that I want to show you today before we end the session is I want you to check out our growth profile. This is one of my favorite things because it is my private space for my growth. I can put in my big whys, I can put in my focus areas up here in the top, and then I can start writing in some of my high level goals, and I can see my achievements at scale where I can see, I have one more day to get a 14-day journal streak. I really want to get my streak and get this going so I can make sure that I'm journaling every day so that I can get into there and really experience that. So I'm going to head back to the growth profile real quick, and I wanted to show you one more thing. So as you complete these badges and as you complete these certificates of completion from watching courses, we have this really cool thing that you can do where you can tap on the badge. You can see your celebration, and you can even share it to social media. So you can share your achievements and you can share what you have done with your community. So I like to share these things because it's another boost for the community to see what you've done, what you've achieved, and you can actually share that out with your friends, family, and teammates at your company. Now, with all that said, there was one more thing that I want to show you besides the growth profile because I think you'll absolutely love this, and it's one of these incredible note-taking abilities that you have when you are watching a course. Now, we have this signature course called the High Performance Habit Builder. And this is one of my favorite courses that come back to all the time. And as I go through, and I'll be playing Brendan right here.
And setting intention. That's very powerful for your mental energy throughout the day.
As Brendan is talking here,
that purposeful living,
I'm going to be able to
incredibly powerful. This one's very much focused on your emotional energy throughout the day. And it really is giving you the intention that I think you.
Now, as you see, I just took a note said emotional energy. Now, if I click this, it's going to take me right back to where Brennan said emotional energy.
Incredibly powerful. This one's very much focused on your emotional energy throughout the day.
You see that? So what that does is it allows you to take timestamp notes around the video that you're watching in. So as you go through the videos, your notes will be mapped with those specific categories and titles so that you can stay organized as you note take through these elements. This will allow you to go back and remember, like,
could choose my energy.
Happiness is a choice.
The world.
And this allows you to maintain that note along the time. It's one of my favorite features because it also will show up in your notes section. So when I'm going and I'm taking notes, all those notes are going to be also linked up in the notes section with those timestamps. Now again, if you have any further questions about GrowthDay, if you have any further questions about how to get after it, you can come back in and ask myself or ask and leave a comment in the comments down below, and you can just get right back after it. So here we're showing all the course notes that I've taken throughout my entire lifespan of using the GrowthDay app. So that's a quick little overview of the GrowthDay app, and we talked about today all the different pillars. And I'm going to continue practicing and training on what I call design clarity, which is, again, talking about communication, talking about collaboration, talking about elevating the work. Because as you go through your projects, you can build the systems that you need to be able to help do that with your plan. You can go through and think about how you communicate by taking some of the communication courses in the Learn section. You can think about how you elevate your work by journaling about what kind of things you need to share with your team before you go into a meeting. Or when you're going into, say you got a couple meetings planned for today, stepping in and having your journal open and taking notes in your journal about like things that you're seeing, things that you're experiencing, what are your next action items and things that you need to do. And you could also even have the plan open while you do that. So I think it's really important to know that this tool is fully capable, fully agnostic, and fully ready for you to start building in your growth system. So I hope you enjoyed this quick little video about GrowthDay, and I hope you got something out of it. And I just want to I'll see y'all in the next week's growth group. And I just wanted to wish you all a beautiful rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, see ya.